This morning, the mother of the Boston bomb suspects claims her sons have been set up. Why the president of the New South Wales RSL says clubs are exploiting the Anzac legend. The hunt for a killer as police investigate the murder of a young businesswoman who lay dead in her apartment for several days. And a man arrested after the grisly murder of an elderly farming couple at their home.
This is 7 News Early Edition with Natalie Barr.
Good morning. The mother of the two brothers suspected of the Boston Marathon bombing has spoken for the first time about the accusations levelled at her sons. Outside her home in Russia, Zubeda Zanayeva claims her sons are innocent and the victims of a set-up.
What happened is a terrible thing, but I know that my kids have nothing to do with this. I know it. I am mother. I know my kids. I know my kids. My kids would never get involved into anything like that.
She says she wants to fly to the US to visit her youngest son, Johar, who's lying critically ill in a Boston hospital, but isn't sure whether she'll be allowed to see him. It's thought Russian authorities may want to question her before she can leave the country. The president of the New South Wales RSL has accused clubs of exploiting the Anzac legend to turn a profit. Don Rowe says RSL clubs are more interested in making money off pokies than they are in looking after the welfare of veterans. He wants RSL branches to end their 60-year relationship with clubs, arguing the clubs no longer serve their original purpose. He's urging Australians to spend money on poppies, not pokies, this Anzac Day. Final preparations are underway for tomorrow's Anzac Day Services in Gallipoli, but many are already looking ahead to the 100th anniversary in 2015. So many Australians want to go, organisers will be forced to allocate seats by ballot.
Where they came ashore and where they fell. Precision is being practiced for Anzac Day. But the growing focus is on April 25th in 2 years, 2015, the centenary of the Gallipoli landings. Authorities estimate 20,000 people will want to come to the services here, but there will only be room for half that.
Well, the sites are very small. They are constrained both by geography and by the fact that they're in a national park.
A ballot's about to be launched to choose 8,000 Australians and 2,000 New Zealanders to join the 500 official guests at the services, with a warning to tour companies already taking bookings.
They cannot, in good conscience, offer tour packages that guarantee attendance at any of the services.
Australians who miss out on being here for Anzac Day 2015 will be encouraged to visit on other key anniversaries, such as the Battle of Lone Pine and the Neck in August and the Anzac evacuation in December.
These men and women in uniform both honour and carry on the Anzac tradition, preparing to pay tribute the Australian way. At Gallipoli, Paul Caddack, 7 News.
Police say the body of a young Sydney businesswoman found in her Mossman apartment on Monday may have been dead for days. Police have launched a murder investigation into Kate Melonier's death. Her colleagues raised the alarm after she failed to turn up for work. Detectives are searching rubbish bins for clues and door-knocking nearby streets. Police say it's too early to confirm a cause of death. Police have arrested a man following the gruesome murders of an elderly farming couple in northeast Victoria. The bodies of Bill and Pauline Thomas were found in their Wangaratta home on Monday. Police say their injuries were so severe, even veteran detectives are struggling to cope.
It's a complicated scene, that's as I'd describe it. It's a fairly complicated scene. There has been a violent assault take place.
A 35-year-old was arrested last night in Meredith, around 350 kilometres away. A police manhunt will widen today for a child rapist who escaped from a Townsville prison camp. 27-year-old Tyrone Speechley was cornered yesterday but ran into a crocodile-infested swamp. Police didn't chase him into the water.
It upsets me, really does upset us. That's why We have 4 dogs.
Officers have caught another man who fled with him. The pair escaped prison on Monday night after hacking off their GPS trackers. The states are facing growing pressure to agree to the Gillard government's school funding reforms after New South Wales signed up yesterday. But some critics say they won't be changing their minds.
Sealing the deal. New South Wales becomes the first state to sign on to Julia Gillard's new school funding plan.
This is an historic announcement not only for New South Wales education but for Australian education.
For Premier Barry O'Farrell, the offer of $5 billion over 6 years was too good to pass up. He says it wasn't an easy decision but was in the best interest of the state's 1.1 million children.
It provides additional resources, fairer distribution to deliver higher standards.
The deal puts the spotlight on the other states, with the PM vowing to redouble her efforts to convince them to sign on. But it may not be that easy. Some say it's a sham.
Everything they want to do in Gonski is exactly what we want to do in Queensland, have said we're going to do. But we believe we can do it for a fraction of the money without the extra reporting.
Put politics aside, let's get on with funding reform. Barry O'Farrell did.
A Liberal Premier being first to agree is a bad look for Tony Abbott. He's not offering any extra money, but says it's not over yet.
You can't have a national deal without every state, and all we've got so far is just one.
The other states have until June 30 to make up their minds. Mark McEwen, 7 News.
Now for your first look at Wednesday's weather, mostly fine in Brisbane with the chance of a shower, sunny 23 in Sydney today, morning frost in Canberra, then sunny and 19, an afternoon shower in Melbourne, 20 degrees for you, Adelaide looking much the same, Hobart a morning shower, 17 degrees, partly cloudy in Perth, it's 27, and a cloudy day in Darwin reaching 34.